What's up, y'all? This is Mike D, Mr. Double Down on You, and I hope y'all are making things happen, making it do what it do, and making the most of the moment that you have. All right. But something I wanted to drop, I was thinking about something. One of Donny Hathaway's most famous songs, one of his most famous songs, he has a line that says, I love you in a place where there is no space or time. I love you in a place where there's no space or time. And it's funny because think about this time frame that we're in right now. This quasi quarantine or this social distancing or the safer at home acts or the whatever your area or local municipality calls it, is something in which we kind of we've been disrupted. But what's funny about all of this is that you now have to remember what day it is. You have to kind of remind yourself or look at your phone to figure out what time it is. Um, I mean, all these days are starting to run together. I mean, because church is now virtual due to social distancing and not being able to go to the physical locations, you don't realize whether it's Sunday or not until you're looking at a service online, right? I mean, just thinking about that, right? School, the kids aren't in school, so Monday through Friday, it's no different from Saturday. But on Saturday, because there's no baseball practice and no rehearsals and no birthday parties to go to because of the social distancing thing, you really don't know what day it is. Donny Hathaway, I love you in a place where there's no space or time. What's interesting about this crisis thing that we're going through in regards to the COVID 19 or Corona is we literally are now in a place in which time in essence is kind of irrelevant. Think about that. Like time is irrelevant. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but we literally have to remind ourselves what day of the week it is, what time of the day it is, right? Like what time this is happening, what time that is happening. We're not worried about what time we're really getting up. We're really not worried about what time we're going to bed. We're just doing what it is we need to do in the moment. So breakfast is not necessarily at 6:30 in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning like it usually is. It's when we all get up and we're hungry. Lunch, dinner, the same thing. It's when we're all hungry. So we might eat breakfast at noon and lunch at 4 p.m. and dinner at 8:30 and go to bed at 10:30 or 11 or whenever. Either way, it's not really set in regards to time. It's set in regards to when we're hungry. It's set in regards to when it's time to or when we feel like we need to do something. And so I just said that to say it's an interesting phenomenon to really be in a place in which time doesn't matter because rarely do we get that opportunity. I mean, yeah, on vacation every so often you can kind of lay out on the beach and everything, but real talk, we rarely get an opportunity in which time really doesn't matter. It's all about the activity. It's all about the relationships. It's all about if you're hungry, you eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. It's not about it has to happen at this time because I have my lunch hour or I have my breakfast time before we need to go to school or whatever it may be. Time really doesn't matter at this particular moment due to the situation that was thrust upon us. And so, to that, we're able to just focus on doing what matters, not even really focusing on time. It's just an interesting perspective. Like, I don't know why I felt the need to drop that, but, Donny Hathaway said, I love you in a place where there's no space or time, right? No space, I mean, that means it's a vacuum. It's nothing, it's void, it's nothing there. But then when you don't have time, time puts bounds on things, right? You have 24 hours in a day, or you have a work day of so many hours, or a school day of so many hours, or a lunch hour or lunch break of a certain amount of time. But when those restrictions are removed and you literally are boundless, what do you do? How do you operate? And it's interesting because it literally, I just felt that that's what we're operating in. We're operating in a sense, well, we really don't really care about time because we're here. And maybe going forward, that's something we need to really be more mindful of, just being here. So yeah, so take the words of my man Donny Hathaway. Rest in peace, my man. I love you in a place where there's no space or time, and really embrace that because right now, yes, we have space because we're, you know, in a location, but as it pertains to time, honestly, it really doesn't matter. It's all about what you're doing with the time that you have, without boundaries, without bounds. Let's make something happen. But what are your thoughts about that? Are we really living in a place right now where time doesn't really matter? And if so, how is that impacting your psyche, impacting your mindset, impacting your, the way that you operate? But leave some comments and let's see what you think about it. All right, y'all. This is Mike D, Mr. Double Down on You. I'll holler at you next time. Be blessed, well, and wise. Y'all be safe. Peace.